Hi guys, and welcome to your bi-weeklies that will be November 1st to November 15th. And as you can see, I was very lucky to be a part of this private moment between my furry two fellows. And I decided to kind of let it play in the background while I shamelessly pitch in my yearly annual Horoscopes that will be pre-issued on December 4th for these guys who actually have pre-orders, and the price currently is $19.95 for the individual scope. So meaning if you just need one sign, just go on my site www.cattarot.ca and order just your sign, and you're going to get it around the 4th of December. If you want all the signs, currently the price is $39.95. The same story by about the 4th of December. I believe that's the end of the first week in December. And the price is actually switching, I think, in about a month time to a different price. So, I mean, I really want to honor you guys who are ordering this earlier. So if you want to order, just go to www.cattarot.ca/pre-order, and you can just put it there and just wait for this to actually come to play in your hands. So thank you very much. And if you want to see the entire tape of these two furballs enjoying kind of like moments for Halloween, just like wait for the end of the video. Okay, thank you, love you. Hi Cancers, this is your bi-weekly November 1st to November 15th. The monthlies are coming up soon as well, but I kind of figured to give you this kind of lay of the land and just kind of see where we can go with this. So let's start. The bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups reversed, and it's Knight of Cups reversed. Very strange. So there is something and somebody who possibly promised you the world, and maybe you feel a bit naive about believing it, because interesting part about him promising the world is like, check this out, the sharks are swimming underneath, right? So in a reverse situation, this person is a shark, right? Taking advantage of somebody and maybe leaving you very emotional, but you keep coming back in your thoughts to that person. We are starting with 6 of Wands. That's kind of a feeling of somebody who needs to be admired, maybe somebody who, you know, you kind of like need to give them a praise in order for them to kind of like really catch on that you want them, but then again you're feeling that they're fishing for the compliments, kind of a thing, right? Which could be also you guys, maybe like you got so kind of sad over something that maybe you need that, and you maybe feel Wheel of Fortune reversed, that maybe you're kind of like really in a situation where maybe you're on the receiving end of a bad luck, maybe you're on downturn of something, because this Wheel of Fortune kind of like turn around and things are just jumping off. Now this is an interesting card, and in the monthlies I go in more details what each card means, and here just going on the basics, right? In this period it might feel kind of weird that you're not on top of things. There are some kind of secrets, somebody's holding the secrets, something is not as it appears to be, and you know something is brewing, but you are not able to pinpoint what. Kind of like it's still that kind of waiting time for things to kind of turn around. So voila, 2 of Cups, the soulmate, this cheery things is here in the past, but it's still kind of like sending waves to the present. So either you have somebody from the past that is still resonating, that you still kind of like feel really warmly about, and I guess this kind of would tell me about it. Maybe you have been left out in a cold by this person, but you still want this person. It's kind of like it's that duality. For some of you, this could be also a husband, somebody who has been actually more important, because you have a karma card here. I mean, you got out of the gate with a couple and with 2 karma cards, which is kind of really, really important. For the others of you who are single, you kind of like feel almost a sense of injustice in your dating life. You feel that I'm trying everything and I'm not getting what I want. Problem is, you keep trying left, you keep trying right, you keep trying left, you keep trying right, and when you go left, the right person is over here. When you go right, the right person is here, right? Vibrations and energies seem to be not matching, and that's what the Wheel of Fortune says. So, interestingly enough, here it's kind of like a sense of coming back to something, and here it's a sense of walking away, and it's kind of the duality that maybe is pushing you here. Like, is this really the best I can get? You know, some of you maybe think, well, you know, I need to stay in the situation. I love her, or I love him. But the others of you are saying, you know what, maybe, but I need to kind of see what is in there for me. Or maybe somebody just simply walk away from you, or you're walking away from somebody. It's realization that something just doesn't serve purpose anymore. Something is just like not right. So, 7 of Swords. There is possibility that you'll encounter some kind of sneaky behavior. It could be lying and cheating and even stealing, and this also can mean lying by omission, kind of a thing. You kind of will really feel betrayed. It's not a nice card to do, and the worst part is like somebody's going to tell you that it's something wrong with you, right? So this is maybe where kind of like the things will kick in a high gear and you'll say nothing is enough. However, you still, look, you still have this romantic Cancerian nature, right? So you still want this romance and you live for this romance. It is like really deep in your emotions. And if it could be also that you have somebody from the past, but you are also actually able to slowly open yourself up. So this kind of could be sort of a line in the sand. We will see. Because certainly, like, after this card comes, this is this card where most of us go either, or you bastard, right? Kind of a thing. And if you get into this anger stage, I always say it's, yeah, cool. Because I know it's almost washing out. If you go into this inner anger, depression stage, oh, that's stuffy, because it kind of gets inside and festers. So let's see the environment. Knight of Pentacles, which is good. So I see this could be somebody showing up in your life, but Knight also means a test. You will be tested in some way, and it's really how to kind of like move on step by step. Knight of Pentacles, also some of you might be called to kind of look at your finances as well, but really because it's coming in your environment, it could be somebody who simply kind of isn't really, it could be a person showing up in your life who isn't too exciting, let's put it this way, who kind of seems to be really reliable. You cannot find anything wrong about this person, but it's like not like, I mean, that you have butterflies in the stomach. Don't overlook this person, okay? And then there is 3 of Wands. There is kind of like, you see, he's creating here things, but here he isn't. It's kind of like, it feels that certain things cannot produce magic anymore. It's, you know, it looks like on one side, you want to kind of start that candle burning, but on the other hand, you don't. Because like here, look at this, it feels like here we celebrate, but it is time now to move on. And it sometimes happens, you know what they say, it's like reason and a season kind of a thing. But in your case, it looks like, you know, because you have such sensitive nature, that for you, if somebody betrays you, and I see here somebody holding secrets, which could be you, if you clamp up on someone, that means you're scared. And that means it's kind of really, really hard for you to open up. And somebody really kind of let you down. Somebody with whom you really wanted to forgive and work with, but there is like still the kind of like ripple effect of something that happened in the past. And here, 8 of Swords, yeah, it's kind of, you see, you have the 8s, you have 2 8s. Swords. This one is walking away, and this one is like, even though you're walking away, you're not walking into the next relationship. Kind of like you're emotionally ready, but you're not intellectually ready. Meaning, okay, so maybe you kind of like are realizing that certain things have to stop, and certain things you don't want to proceed. But at the same time, if you meet somebody, you just cannot kind of bring yourself to really think about what will be happening with the next person. Can you be touched? You just kind of like feel you're still mentally in that situation. You're trying to kind of like gather your strength and kind of like really find this deep inside of you, because you want to get out of that emotional stage and move into kind of like find balance, right? So the moon is also saying that sometimes things might not be exactly as they appear, right? So keep that in mind as well. So let me actually see this like a Wheel of Fortune, because okay, the signs I see would be Aquarius, would be Pisces, would be another water signs as well. That's pretty much, but like I don't think that signs here are really important, because I honestly think this is you kind of getting a little bit that Pisces energy this time period. So let me see this Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Cheerfulness. I guess you're missing times with somebody. You're missing somebody through that. Give me one more here for this Wheel of Fortune for Cancer. Yeah, you see, you kind of like feel that something that happened to you. This could be feeling a little bit of a victim, or somebody really create disaster in your life, right? And is this feeling, okay, what the heck will I do with this? And maybe this is why you need to sort of like have your ego stroked, because kind of like you feel a bit injured, right? Let me see this Seven of Swords. This is kind of like moving on thing. It's kind of like sometimes people do that, and to you this is kind of like evidence, like just things just couldn't work when people behave this way. And I've told you what would hurt me the most is if you know, go out with him or her, and yet you just did that. So this is my evidence of doing that, right? So because this is a 7 and this is an 8, and this is kind of like moving slowly in the stages toward recovery, but it's still not there, because it's going to be some kind of communication, guys. For those of you who are maybe waiting some kind of results, maybe some of you are still hoping for this person to see here 1 and 2 somebody was meaningful, but you're actually still waiting for some kind of communication. Kind of like maybe it's going to be these 2 cards are kind of connected, some explanation. But only thing I would warn you here is, because this person here with sharks is ripe with deception. Somebody could be showing up and telling really beautiful stories that would vanish with the moment when they close the door. Just keep that in mind, okay? And let me see, who is this Mr. Knight of Pentacles over here? Yeah, guys, somebody new is coming in your life. Somebody could be who is long distance. It could be even an old partner, that things will be renegotiated, and you will kind of like negotiate things possibly where you will feel that maybe you need to put your ego in check, right? What we said here, somebody needed to be admired. You will, however, be able to communicate your wishes and communicate what you need, and definitely demand that they are being followed, right? And this is actually really good. You're going to be putting yourself and your needs as important. That's really, really good. So maybe it's kind of weird. You might meet somebody else who might not be so, let's say, appealing to you. And because he or she is not so appealing, you'll just blur out, this is what I need. And in fact, it's going to be very healthy. And it's not going to be tumultuous kind of things. And so it could mean something getting more grounded. It could mean something being renegotiated, some new things, where it's not going to be too much of the pride, and rather people will communicate, and in fact it's going to kind of be some kind of happy solutions. For the others, it's still going to take a little bit more healing than else. And let me just check this couple here, this Queen, and yeah, it's going to be conversation. So either or, if you're with somebody or not, it's going to be lots of buzz this month, secrets. You want to get the truth. I'm actually really surprised. Well, you did get Seven of Swords, which pretty much is the worst in swords in terms of communication, because this one is bad. It talks about, hey, she's blindfolded, she's tied up, she doesn't know that she can actually really let herself go, because all of that is kind of quite loose, especially when it's reversed. You're kind of getting already a feeling that it is time to kind of move on. But in some case, this is like your proverbial cave. You Cancers kind of like pull yourself in, and you kind of feel this torture still in your head, and you kind of have to finish the cycle where things kind of work out better. Let me just pull this one for this Eight of... Yeah, somebody looks like left you, or somebody like the guy left here, but you see here you're showing up here with possibly somebody else. Or as I said, this new deal is going to be completely renegotiated. So there are two possible distinct different storylines. It would be good to hear from you, Cancer. So enjoy, and if you want your private reading, contact me at www.cattarot.ca, and you will see Sapphire Matrix next if you want to stick around. Thank you so much. Love you.